All right, I don't know which one of you told my mom that I could fix clocks, but now she thinks I can fix anything. Yeah, boy. That was dumb. That was dumb. Every tool's a hammer, unless it's a screwdriver, then it's a chisel.
We need a torch. Hate that nut.
We're not doing that. Because it ain't built till it's overbuilt. Don't force it. Get a bigger hammer. Every day's a school day. I went to my mom's the other day and she says, "Hey, you fix clocks, so can you fix my little clock?" Yeah, Mom. Oh, and while you're at it, I got a piece of crap little $3 bird thing, that LED light that sits in the yard, and that's broke, so you can probably fix that too, right? Yeah, Mom. Sure. I'm already ahead of the curve. I got the... Did that show up in the video? I got the little bird guy glued. He's glued on there. You know, epoxy. A lot of epoxy. Glue it on. If he falls off again, there's no warranty on this fix. So, this is your one chance, little buddy. Hang in there, okay? Now I gotta see about this clock. I wonder if it just needs a battery. I doubt it. I don't suppose I could be so lucky. I mean, I'm sure my mother tried a new battery. Nothing. Well, that's great, because I don't know anything about what makes them tick. Like, really. All right, let's just do the thing we normally do, where we tear stuff all apart and then throw it away because we can't make it work. This was a gift from the fire department to my mom, because she was 40 years in the auxiliary. I wish all it had was the plaque broke off, because that's easy. Okay, enough talking. Well, turns out there's a lot of little tiny parts in there. I really don't know how this works, but I can tell you what's wrong with it. Can you see? I don't know if it'll focus. See that? All that green stuff, that's just corrosion built up on there, I think. Because these two pads, that silver one that's clean and that one that's gross, are where the terminals from the batteries touch it. So I think if I clean that, if I can get it back together without, you know, losing all them little tiny bits and some other little tiny bits that are over there, and then maybe it'll work. Yeah. Well, the green stuff came off, unfortunately. Most of the silver did as well, and I assume that's the pad that conducts the electricity. I think the corrosion just weakened it, or weakened its bond, or both. And now it's just not there. I don't know what to make of that. Or is that just more rust on it? I think it had a coating on it. And that's definitely gone. But I don't know if I get that base. It looks like it's still metal. If I get that clean enough, will it work? I don't know. Seems like not. But let's just see. See, there's little tabs in there where the one goes to the negative and one goes to the positive on the battery. Oh, there's a little crud on that thing too. I'm betting when it's together, those things kind of, it's spring, you know, they're bent up at the end to be like a spring. When you put it together, it presses down on them. It's kind of hard to hold all the pieces together. While you go about handling this little tiny thing. Ooh, hello, don't do that. Gently, carefully. Well, quite honestly, I don't even know where that little gear came from. So all these little tiny gears. You're not really supposed to take these things apart. They're throwaways. I think you can buy, if this doesn't work, pretty sure I can just buy a replacement of this whole thing here and put it in that clock. But, you know how it is. I like to try. Come on, we're so close. There she goes. Okay. Let's try the battery. Why not? Go ahead. Anytime. Nothing. I think the corrosion just ate that like a tin plating or something off that circuit board, and she's just not gonna chooch. That's too bad. Okay, let me see what I can find. Well, look what just arrived. All the way from the rainforest to my door in 2 days or less. It's unbelievable. So this is a brand new, comes with hands. That's good, I could use a hand around here. Brand new, clock. So, in a way, of course, I failed miserably because I haven't fixed it. The guts, but I got new guts, so I'll fix the clock, right? That's the goal. So, we're on track still. I'm gonna, I guess just start putting this back together. Assume this thing's gonna work. I suppose I could put a battery in it and try it. Smart. You know what they say, that old town tinker, he ain't too handy, but he can fog a mirror with the best of them. Yeah, skills. Okay, I just got to let the glue dry on the plaque, give it one last clean up, and it's good to go. Look at it. It's keeping time. It took me some extra time. I don't know if it shows in the time lapse or not, but it took quite a while actually, because the little shafts that come out of this clock thing are longer than the ones that were in here. And I knew that when I bought it, and I hoped I could make it work. But I couldn't find them the same, so ended up I had to, like the second hand, I had to take it back apart at one point and file there's a little shaft that comes out. So I had to cut, there's a plastic ring, I had to trim that and then file the little shaft down so that the second hand would get down far enough because it was hitting the glass and it would stop it from going. So it took a little extra just because of the way this particular clock is, and because apparently they don't make the ones anymore that have the little short stems on them. But, you know, if you got a clock to fix, it can be done. It just takes a little extra finagling around. Hey, look at, there's a little job we can move from the to-do to the to-done, right? Oh, no, 2 jobs. Look at, I even got this little $3 yard chicken back together so Mom can put it in the yard. Okay, you know, part of the reason I even made this video is to show you, obviously, how to fix a clock. If you landed here because you searched that, I hope it was helpful. But part of it is really to encourage you to just fix anything, right? You got things around your house that are broken. Don't be afraid to take them apart. What are you going to do? Break it? Just tear into it. I mean, unless it's super valuable or something like that, then you got to be careful, and maybe you don't want to do that. But don't take apart your mom's expensive grandfather clock if you never worked on a clock before. But you know, anything. We're a throwaway society. Something stops working, we just chuck it and go buy a new one. And it's partly because things are so cheap, and that's the reason why they break, and that's the reason why we got to buy them 5 times in our lifetime. But a lot of times things are fixable, and they are worth fixing. I mean, I put a new guts in that clock. It was like less than $10, and the clock works again, and it means something to somebody, so it's worthwhile. And actually, if you have time and you have something that's broken that maybe doesn't mean anything to much of anybody, take it apart too, because that's where you can really learn stuff, right? You don't care if it ever works again, but you can learn how it works. Or how it worked, or is supposed to work, or maybe why it doesn't work, or whatever. And maybe you fix it once in a while, hit a home run. Maybe you don't. Maybe you end up just throwing it in the garbage, but that's where it was going to go anyway. So you got nothing to lose. If you got an extra 20 minutes, you know, expand the brain. Just learn something. It's good for you. Or you know what? You'd be fixing all sorts of things. That's it for this. But still the to-do side is like, it's way bigger than the done side. So I got to keep moving forward and trying to check boxes and knock off projects. I'll bring you with me when I can. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you staying to the end, if indeed you did. Maybe you fast forwarded part. Probably should rewind and watch that over again. Make sure you click subscribe. Make sure you tell your friends to click subscribe. Give me a comment if you think this is stupid or really cool, or I don't know, whatever. Just give me a comment. You got to have comments. That's what makes the channel grow. It's all about the math and all the numbers. The ones and the zeros have to line up. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.